what more can you want, really?
And there you have it. Okay, someone tried to cap and say you're divorce material, but let's just clear it up. You are divorcing. You are
I'm divorcing them at my first divorce. Like, no bull, no cap. At my first divorce, when he was signing the papers, I was pregnant with my son Jacoby and also engaged, and so I had this big rock on my finger, and this man was over there, and he literally was signing the papers bawling crying, and it actually made me feel bad. It did.
So wait, you were pregnant by your soon-to-be second husband while you were divorcing your first husband?
Yeah.
And he still wanted you back?
He was bawling crying. Yes.
So
he was like, you know, he was still in love, and you know, now he has moved on, he's found a great girl, and like, we're friends and everything is cool. But you know, it was really, really hard for him, and I did feel very, very bad, but I just couldn't be in that situation anymore, in that marriage anymore. Like, I couldn't even drink.
Okay. The second marriage, does he want to, what about the second guy you're about to divorce? Does he want to stay married?
Yes, he does want to stay married. He wanted for us to just separate and work on ourselves and like come back together. And then he was like, well, you can still like have your own place and stuff like that, and we can just stay legally married, and I'll still, you know, pay for your things, and like we just legally married, and then on holidays and things, like, we'll be a family and be together. And I considered it for a second, and I was like, no.
Okay.
You know, I actually believe her story. Unless her husbands, they want to call up Kendra and tell their side of the story. You can also send your side to me, but it sounds like she's telling the truth. This woman appeared on Singles on Live, hosted and created by Kendra G. Her second husband paid for her divorce from her first husband. And what you just heard her say was while she was signing the divorce papers, she was already pregnant with the other man's baby, and her first husband was still crying for her to stay. And get this, she's the one who filed for divorce from both of them. Let me tell you, this is some really good SIMPTERVENTION, and I'm 100% convinced that simping is a mental illness. And if you have simp blood in you, it could have been chemically put into you, but it's a mental illness. And that's why SIMPTERVENTION has to be taken seriously. I'm not even joking. We're going to go ahead and dive into this, but first take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Click the notification bell for updates, and if you're new, include new subscriber in your comment below, and I'm going to try my best to respond to all of you. Not going to waste any more time here. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm calling from Kansas City.
Kansas City. So
yeah.
You're a Chiefs fan?
I'm not. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I'm a Steelers fan.
You're a Steelers fan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mari?
Mari. Mm-hmm.
Mari, Kansas City Chiefs. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. You look good. You have any kids?
Yes, 2.
2 kids. How old are your kids?
I have a 4-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl.
Did your kids get COVID too?
My son did, yeah. But they're with their dad right now, and they're like, he didn't get any. He got sick for 1 day, but that was it.
Okay.
I was right.
Yes, I love it. This is Mari, Kansas City. You're from Pittsburgh, 32. What do you do for a living?
I am a campaign program manager. So basically, I manage large ad campaigns.
Large ad campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Large ad campaigns. All right. So this is Mari, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City. I keep saying.
Yeah, not
32, 2 kids, 4 to 11. Was you once married?
Yeah, I've been married twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you officially divorced?
I'm working on that.
Oh, child. That's why you got to ask. You got to ask direct questions.
Girl, listen, I'm working on it, but this is my second divorce, and you know, divorce gets a little bit pricey, so I gotta.
How long have you been separated for?
A little bit over a year.
Okay. So, and you still want to date while you're still officially married?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I met my second husband while I was still married to my first husband, and then my second husband paid for my divorce. to my first husband and then married me. And so, yeah. Now I just need a husband to pay for my next one. No, I'm going to pay for it myself.
She's laughing, but she's telling the truth. If she can't get the judge to make the second husband pay for the divorce, she would definitely love to get number 3 to reimburse her. So yeah, she's trying to laugh it off, but she's telling the truth. And you know what? I don't feel sorry for the second husband at all. He knew what he was getting. He was being a simp and paid for this woman's divorce from the first husband. But let's continue.
I'm playing. Don't be red flagging me. Listen, obviously people want to marry me, so I must be doing something right, but then I don't want to be with them no more, so I don't know, I'm just not picking them right.
Okay, okay, so you want the divorce this time around?
Yeah, oh no, I wanted the divorce both times around.
Okay, so let's talk about, the first time. Why did you want a divorce from the first one?
He was very, very controlling.
So did you have an affair on the first one with the second one?
No, it wasn't an affair or anything. I left him, and then I met the second one like probably a month later, and then I got with the second one.
Okay. And then now the second one, why you want to divorce him?
Same thing, very controlling.
Controlling how? What are they doing that give me control?
Like, oh, you can't post sexy pictures on social media. You can't dress a certain way, but I dressed sexy whenever I first met you. So why do you want to change now? Like, oh, you can't just be going out all, like you can't be going out and stuff. Like I can't go on girls' trips if I want to. I can only go on trips with him. Like just weird stuff like that. And I'm just not into being controlled by a man.
I just don't get it. Why would you get married if you wanted to be free to do whatever you wanted to do? So what she just disclosed was the real reason why her marriages didn't work. She wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. And when you're in a committed relationship, you can't just do whatever you want to do. If you want to run wild, the best person to be in a relationship with is yourself. And I know some of you may say she may make a good side chick. I don't think so. Long-term side chicks, they tend to be loyal. And this one right here, she's gonna go rogue. I'm getting Free Spirit vibes. I'm getting Jada Pinkett vibes. I'm getting Move Along with the Wind vibes.
And I think it's because I tend to go for men with money. And men with money, like they, for whatever reason, feel like they can control my life. So yeah. But I'm not going to stop going for men with money. That's not the point here. But.
Okay, so you still got to have money. The next guy got to have money too. Just maybe you're praying that he's not as controlling.
Yes.
She said her man must have money. And at the same time, she's not really going to cooperate or listen to him. So she's not trying to be under the leadership of a man, but she's trying to have access to his money. Sounds just like your everyday modern woman.
Okay, so how long was you married in the first marriage?
The first marriage lasted 5 years.
Okay.
And then my second marriage lasted 2.
So when you get divorced this time, do you want to get married again?
I'm open to it. I'm not like opposed to it, but it would definitely have to be the right situation.
Okay, now, so are you, well, you said that divorce gets pricey. If this guy has money, then what's the issue?
Right. So whenever people have this misconception that it's like, okay, if he has money, then you can just get a lawyer and like bill all of your legal bills to him, but you still have to pay for your lawyer up front, right? And then you have to hope that the judge will make him pay for your legal fees. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is, well, at first I like was not talking to him at all. Like I cut communication. But other than the kids, like if it didn't have anything to do with the kids, like cut communication. But then I decided, why did they keep putting all these red flags up?
Girl, because you got a whole husband and you said you left your first husband for your second husband and you need the third man to pay for your second divorce.
That was a joke, Kendra.
Girl, you was not telling no jokes. You said it in a joking way, but your ass was serious.
Kendra, that was
what, you think I'm give you hearts? Either they're supposed to give you hers. You know you deserve some damn red flags, child.
Exactly. She is a walking red flag, and she's been that way, I'm telling you. The second husband, he just ignored them. And I'm pretty sure if we spoke with the first husband, we'll find out that he ignored the red flags too. Her marriage with the first one was 5 years. Marriage number 2 was 2 years. She said she met husband number 2 just a month after leaving husband number 1. It was husband number 2 who paid for her divorce, and when she went to go sign off on her divorce, by then she was already pregnant with husband number 2's baby. Even when it was time to sign those divorce papers, husband number 1, he still had the door open for her to come back in. When honestly, the door shouldn't have been open in the first place, and I'm talking about husband number 1 and 2. You know what they're guilty of? They tried to turn a 304 into a wife twice. And you know what? She said she left both of them for being too controlling.
Controlling how? What are they doing that give me control?
Like, oh, you can't post sexy pictures on social media. You can't dress a certain way, but I dressed sexy whenever I first met you. So why do you want to change now? Like, oh, you can't just be going out all, like you can't be going out and stuff. Like I can't go on girls' trips if I want to. I can only go on trips with him. Like just weird stuff like that. And I'm just not into being controlled by a man.
Wives, they wouldn't want to post inappropriate pictures online to garner attention from men. Wives wouldn't want to dress inappropriately to advertise themselves as available to other men. Wives wouldn't want to be out all night long, hanging out at the clubs like she's single when she has a husband and kids at home. And the number one reason why they didn't want her to go on any girls' trips is because they knew they had a wild 304 and they could not trust her to go out of town without them and not do things that she's not supposed to be doing. Very, very similar to the Brittany Renner situation. Brittany Renner had so many red flags and PJ Washington, he ignored them. These kind of women, they have disdain for men and their only use for having a man is really for his money. If you look underneath the surface, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
I do deserve some red flags. Okay. But listen, I swear for real, I'm being for real now. I'm not toxic. I just had really bad taste in men, okay? I chose really bad. And then the first time I didn't know to get out of it really quick. And then the second time I learned my lesson. I was like, okay, like, don't just stay in it like you did the first time.
But did you really learn your lesson? Because you said when you go to the third, you mentioned money. So I don't know how much money was made, but I'm assuming they both had a good coin. But you said the next man got to have a good coin too.
Yeah, but it's not like they don't have to have like money. It's not like they're millionaires. They just have to make over 6 figures.
Over 6 figures is a millionaire.
No, 6 figures is like $100,000.
Right, so over 6 figures is 7. So you're saying you want to
no. So at least like 6 figures. At least 6 figures, yes. So they need to make 6 figures.
Okay, listen, so that's what you're used to, right? That's your environment. Because you're saying that like everybody, like all the men in the world make 6 figures.
No, and I realize that, and like I know people tell me that all the time, but yeah, that's just the environment that I've been in, and that's the standard that I have. I don't want a man who makes less money than me. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. What if that guy made less money than you, but wasn't controlling, was supportive, was loving, and, but just financially couldn't meet you where I guess you are? That's not an option?
I mean, it could be.
Her face said it all. No need to explain. She's like, Kendra, I don't want that.
Girl, don't get me on here to lying. Jesus.
Listen, here's the deal. I'm not trying to sway nothing. All I'm doing actually is I'm being a good listener, right?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to what you're telling me. And what you're telling me is you married men that had money, but the money still didn't make you happy, and you trying to divorce both of them. So what they had in common was the money. And you're saying, and you're being honest, and I appreciate your honesty. Yeah. The next guy got to have money too, but haven't you learned through your own life experience that the money will not keep you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not saying that it's all about money. That's not what I'm saying at all. So, like, it's not, like, all about money. I just, like, okay, Dej Loaf said, I done been broke before, I ain't going back. Like, I got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked really, really, really hard to be where I am, and I just want someone who has that same work ethic.
I don't talk about my dating life, right? But I will say I used to be very, very, very stronghold also on money. And then when I would always attract men with money, right? It was easy. It was the world I lived in. But I learned that the money wasn't enough to keep me. So that's not being my own personal requirements. Like, money can't be first, because I feel like if money's the first requirement, then that means money's enough to keep you there. And it's not. Like, why are you leaving these guys? Because they're controlling. So your first thing should be like, I can't be with a man that's controlling.
Right.
I
mean, wait, we didn't even get to that question. I just said that.
Well, damn, girl, you know you gotta split some. You gotta split some. You married your last husband.
Question. Like,
I mean, girl.
You didn't ask me what I was looking for. I just said that, I think that the problem was in the past. I went for money. I said, not saying that the next one doesn't need to have money, but. And then everybody is just red flagging me and just saying that I'm just the worst. Like, wow.
Well, here's the deal. You're technically a wife. So when do you plan on being officially divorced?
Next month.
Oh, so next month you'll be divorced.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is an end goal to this.
Yeah. But at first it was just like, getting out of my first divorce. Like, my first divorce wasn't finalized until 2017, and then like other stuff with my divorce, like settlements and things like that, weren't earned out until last year. So
you heard that? She said her settlements from her first divorce, she didn't get the money until last year. And by that time, she'd already filed for divorce from the second husband. I wonder will we have all these marriages and divorces if women weren't able to get money from the men. She's the one who filed for divorce. She's the one who wanted out. And it's only because she was unhappy because she wasn't able to freely do what she wanted to do. Like post pictures, go on trips, and hang out like a single woman. She got a settlement from husband number 1 last year. How many of you want to bet that the judge will also award her money from husband number 2?
I got a question. Your kids, you have 2 kids. Do you have 1 child by each guy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 1 child. So let's just start. I'm not sure if we did, but let's reset. She is married. We're gonna acknowledge you are legally married, but okay. She says she will be officially divorced next month. So yeah. we're gonna proceed with that good honor faith in mind. What type of guy are you looking for now?
I usually will say, like, me and my friends, we joke about it, and they say that my type is like, well, not my type, but what I need is a 666.
Okay. I know I've been recently educated what 666 means. So let me see if I can guess it. 666, 6 feet.
Yep.
Six figures.
Yep.
And at least 6 inches.
Yep.
Okay.
Girl, you got it. You nailed it. That's exactly what it is. Yes.
So that's what you're design. That's what you're looking for.
No, that was the joke. That was the joke, Kendra.
That was the joke.
That was the joke, Kendra. No, what I'm looking for is just like, I don't know, somebody who vibes. Like, I smoke, like, be cool with that. Like, be cool with just like me being like open and free, like some guys aren't into being adventurous. I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, and I'm a bisexual woman, so but I do like to keep it man,
yeah, to pay for stuff.
So very much both, but yeah, like just like someone that's just open and likes to travel and likes nice things, Gifts is my love language, so someone who can like buy me nice gifts and stuff. And like when I say nice, it doesn't have to be expensive. It's like the thought that counts, Like if you see that I'm like, oh, I want a juice or something like that, like get me a juicer.
And by the way, that's the new modern woman finesse. They'll tell people their love language is receiving gifts. And then that means you have to always find creative ways to give them things for no reason. It's a clever way of saying the same things that the city girls say, just like Carisha and JT. The only difference is they got it from a book, so they make it seem like they're more intellectual and there's so much thought behind it, but it's the same game. And now we're seeing another problem. When you have people like this, they want to be free and fluid and be able to do whatever they want to do with men and women while still being married. But I'm sorry, that's not a wife. Now I see where the Jada Pinkett energy was coming from. If you want to be like this, fine, but don't get married and don't have kids.
Okay, do you want the guy to be in Kansas City?
Preferably not.
Okay, preferably not. Okay, so you want to travel?
Well, I mean, if you're not from Kansas City, cool. But if you are actually from Kansas City, nah, I'm not really feeling the vibe here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want any more kids?
No, I do not. That's strong. I am not having any more kids.
Okay, so no more kids. So if you meet a guy at 32, he has to already have kids.
Yeah. Or just not want kids. That's fine too.
Okay, no more kids for sure. What's the age range you want to date?
Probably no one younger than me. Like no one under 32. No one older than 50.
Okay, no one older than 50.
Mm-hmm.
So you will go all the way to 50?
Yeah, but you got to be like a silver fox.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be yummy, you know.
You gave us the income requirement earlier, so I'm not gonna re-ask you that. Do you have an appearance requirement?
Yeah, I'm tall. I'm like 5'7", so obviously over 6 feet. That one was for real. And then
girl, you was for real over all of them. You was for real. 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inches. Don't even act like that's not what you want.
Right, she was for real about all of this. One thing, she said that she was firm on not having any more kids. So the next guy who ends up dealing with this woman, even though she has all these red flags, he doesn't have to live in the same city, and you already know that. She really doesn't want a man full time. I just wish she would have figured that out before she married 2 men, had 2 kids, and broke up 2 homes. And then this whole conversation is so lighthearted and selfish and free and fluid. Like you don't have 2 kids caught up in the middle of this. I'm just saying, it's nothing cute about this, there's nothing funny about this, and I can honestly see that she doesn't see anything wrong with what she's done here.
I was for real, but y'all was coming for me in the comments, and I tried
to say this. You're a naturally beautiful girl, right?
Oh, thank you. I feel like I look a mess, girl.
No, but you, listen, you're naturally beautiful, and I can tell you did like I am, all done up. You're gonna be flawless, right? Also, you were open and told us you're bisexual. Yes. So I say all that to say, I believe you will always get that guy. I believe you will get the guy that has money, that's attractive, and that has the size you desire. The question will be, you will get the guy, but how do you have him? Do you have him solely to yourself? Is he this faithful man that's only with you?
I don't require that though.
You don't?
Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, I don't believe in ownership of people. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? I believe in honesty and openness. So if you feel like you don't want to just be with one person, that's okay. That is okay with me. You just have to communicate that.
So,
no, he was not. No, neither one of them were into it at all.
Oh, but you would have been fine if they had other girls.
Yes.
Okay, so your issue with your marriage was they were trying to own you.
Yes.
So you can be with a man that has other women, that wouldn't bother you, but you don't want him to feel like he has control over you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and so like if I want to go and I want to be with other people, I can be with other people too. You know, we can both be with other people. That's fine, as long as we both know where we stand and like where we are, and that our connection cannot be broken.
It's just sad how commitment and family means nothing to most people today. You can get married, file for divorce 5 years later, get married again and stay for 2 years. Like, what are you getting married for? Divorce used to be a dirty word a long time ago. Now it's a regular occurrence. Women can simply get tired of being a wife and file for no reason. That's why it's important to vet. And the sad thing here in the comments, Doesn't really matter what this woman said, women stood by her. They all found ways to compliment her. A lot of men too. She could have gone Lorena Bobbitt on her husband, and there's still gonna be some guy willing to be number 3, lined up and ready to pay commissary like they did for Prison Bae. Just so many red flags here. And guess what? She had not one but 2 husbands who ignored them all, dealing with her from a place of extreme weakness. But there's really nothing that you can do about a simp that has their mind made up. They are the ones who allow women like this to get over on them. And they are never held accountable because the system is going to back them up, other women will back them up, and plus, they're counting on other simps to be lined up ready to help them recover. All I can say is in 2022, it's the same game. You cannot change a 304 into a wife. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below. She's 32 years old, 2 kids, 2 ex-husbands. Will she be able to get number 3? Special thank you to Roland. I appreciate you for your support for this channel, as well as Dark Power and our sister Sean. Thank you both for your support as well. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.